Cool. Well, why don't we talk about some of your disruption and innovation in terms of the new product that you introduced at IBS? Is this the universal backplate?
First, just like what's changed, like what's the same and what's different between our two backplates. I'll hold them up here and see if you can tell the difference first off. So on my left here, I have the new universal backplate, and on my right, I have our old backplate. You can see what the thing is that the same is it has the same connector, the exact same form factor. From the homeowner's perspective, there's no difference in this product than the existing product out there. And what that means, first and foremost, is that all of our existing modules, all of our existing switches will work in this new universal backplate, and all the switches that we're going to build into the future are going to keep working in this backplate. So that's the first thing that everybody needs to understand is we're not disrupting that aspect of our product. What we are doing, though, on the back here is you'll see that the way that you terminate wires, the way that you connect this, the wired into the home has changed. This is our original backplate. This we call the quick wire backplate. We're going to still manufacture this. We're going to still keep making this product. This is great for high volume production builders who are using standard Romex wiring. It's a very quick to install, reliable product. This, our new universal backplate, this has a different type of termination on it. This has a screw terminal, a little compression happens on the wire to be able to hold it in place. And what this allows, and the word universal really comes in, is how many different types of wiring can be plugged into this, whether it's standard Romex wiring, this new innovation, Copper-clad wiring that's really hitting the market with some force. It all works into this. I mentioned that company Copper-clad. They make that bimetallic wire. It's a aluminum core with copper on the outside. And that bonding is really unique to what they do, and it's their invention and innovation in the market that allows them to be so popular and scale. They're solving some really critical problems out there. The cost and reliability of copper has been fluctuating all over the map. Copper itself has become an implicit critical material for the electrical vehicle industry. So it's been difficult for home builders and other sectors to be able to get that product. So by putting aluminum into the mix, they had to modify the dimension of the wire to make it handle the same load safely as copper does. But they've reduced the fluctuations in price and cost. That smooths things out on the supply chain side too for builders. And a kind of a bonus knock-on effect is it's really reduced the job site theft, which is a massive inconvenience and pain in the butt for electricians and builders alike. Mm-hmm. So this product was born out of that need. We saw that trend, we saw that disruption happening, and this is our answer to how does Deako come to market, and we really believe we're first to market with what's labeled and tested by UL as a Copper-clad native compatible solution. So we're proud of that fact.
Tell me a little bit more about the development process, just kind of the blocking and tackling of it, because we say these things at a high level. We developed it in partnership. What does that partnership look like?
Yeah, I mean, it started because, we're working with, over 1,000 electricians nationwide now, doing about, a little over 10,000 homes a month.
Yeah.
And so we're interacting with these electricians, we're interacting with these builders, all the time. And frankly, Joe Strada personally, that was on the panel at the IBS show, introduced us to the president of Copperweld that builds this copper-clad aluminum product, and was like, this is the future of the home building industry. This copper-clad aluminum is going to eventually take over from standard Romex everywhere. It might take a decade, but it's happening. Yeah. And I see Deako is going to be taking over as well, it just makes sense to have a connector for the light bulb, a connector for the light switch, a connector for the circuit breaker. It's an obvious thing. You guys need to work together. So that's kind of started that conversation a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
And then we worked with Copperweld, understanding their roadmap. We built prototypes of the product. We put it in the hands of the electricians, in Joe's team. They tested it, installed it in homes. Then we put it in, dozens of other electricians and had them build it up, took their feedback. It's like 4 or 5 iterations of the actual design and hardware to make it easy to install and fast with
Yeah.
the clear labeling, and go
Yeah.
through all the safety certification testing and everything.
Sure.
It takes a couple of years.
To me, one of the most engaging parts of this is like we can get that alignment that I don't want to say it's the easy part, but like yeah, whenever you bring a couple visionaries into a room together and you find that concentric spot on the map in the future, and we're like, oh yeah, we're all going to be there. Clearly, we need to be able to collaborate to be able to get there together. That's kind of the exciting and fun part. I'll call that the easy part. The hard part is getting a product into the field and putting it in the hands of the real people who have to use it. If you watch an electrician install a light switch, they're using the tool that lets them do it fastest. They're picking up an impact driver and just pounding on the product to go for speed. And if you didn't take the time to get out there, videotape these guys, look at the tools they're using, make sure that the screwdriver that they're using, the bit fits the product you're building, and make sure your product doesn't blow up whenever they're using a power tool on it. You're going to fail. Ability to rapidly execute on a strategic vision alignment and go the whole way down into the field with hands-on real people feedback. Our engineers, our product managers went into the field and met with these guys with our prototypes. That's what really gives us the confidence that we're going to bring a successful product to market that's going to really execute on that vision.
What is the availability situation for electrical contractors and builders?
There's no question I get asked more in this world of when can I have it, and the answer is now. It's in distribution now, so you can find this from your common electrical distributors. If you need help finding a distributor who's carrying Deako, you can reach out to the Deako sales team to help navigate that.
And there's not just product in stock, I'm assuming. You guys have training and other supports for the folks that want to go fast with this?
The reality is it's not more complicated than a normal light switch. So any, certified trained electrician can kind of pick this thing up and get going. But we do have a dedicated team that works very closely with our electricians if they have any kind of questions. Any kind of concerns. It is something that's relatively new. We have been shipping now for almost 6 years with this product, and previous versions of it. So we've a lot of people have already heard about it that have to, install it, work with it. But, we're definitely there to kind of help people.